This is the Business Experience Show, where we connect those who want to know more about digital marketing, social media, and business strategy with entrepreneurs who are succeeding in today's marketplace. Follow our blog, join our online network, or connect with us at thebusinessexperienceshow.com. And now, your host, Lisa Caprelli.
Welcome to the Business Experience Show. With me is producer Brian Gapp. Joining us as today's guest is Steve Churm, a vice president at the Orange County Register. He is the founder of Churm Media, a leading print and digital publishing company with a reach of more than 1.5 million monthly readers in Southern California. In addition, Steve serves on several nonprofit boards and is here to talk about Irvine Chamber of Commerce's big event coming up. Welcome, Steve Churm.
Good morning. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Hi, Steve. As a fixture in local media for so many years, I'd say you really have your finger on the pulse of Orange County. So what does this Business Outlook event mean to the local business community?
Well, I think it's very important. Anytime you start a new year, there is great interest, anticipation, uncertainty, and the Business Outlook breakfast, which this year I am proud to say and delighted will have more than 800 people in attendance, is a chance to sort of set, I think, the business agenda for this great marketplace. It attracts some of the most important, influential, and I think curious business executives and professionals are drawn to the program to not only learn about what is being forecast for this year in terms of the economy, both regionally and nationally and globally, in fact, but also to really network. And so this is the first and largest business event on the Orange County business calendar every year.
Let's give the details on that. It's Friday, January 30th at 7:30 a.m. It's called the Business Outlook 2015.
Well, I think we're very excited this year about the program that we're going to unpack for all of our attendees. We will certainly have Christine Romans, who is really must-watch if you're in the business world and you have any interest in the economy. She is the senior economic correspondent for CNN, obviously a global media brand. So she will bring her view of the jobs market, trends for 15 and beyond. And she's going to be joined in her presentation by the former dean of the UCI School of Business, the Paul Mirage School, and that's Andy Policano, who will give us his real sort of macro view of the economy here in California and globally. So I think between the two of them, you're going to walk out with 60-plus minutes of just some very relevant news and information to take right back into the workplace and apply to 2015. This is open to the public. Several different ways to participate, either by buying a single ticket or bringing a couple of your office or company colleagues or buying a table. We are nearing a sellout situation, which is very exciting, but I know there are still some opportunities left. If you go to the Irvine Chamber website, you can purchase tickets or call the Irvine Chamber of Commerce.
Steve, why do you think Irvine and much of the Orange County area is such a focal point for so many companies to have national corporate headquarters here?
Well, I think it begins with geography. There's no coincidence that Southern California, and thereby Orange County, is situated at really the same latitude on the globe as ancient Rome and Greece, great civilizations. The weather here is tremendous. The desire and interest in being entrepreneurial is very high here. There is a strong, highly skilled workforce that exists here and is drawn by the weather, the convenience, the lifestyle, the opportunity, and you match that with a great degree of venture capital that wants to be based here. You have all the ingredients for really creating a very dynamic marketplace that is clearly playing itself out. This was one of the fastest areas in California to recover from the recession we went through, 2007, 8, and 9. It remains a job leader outside of Silicon Valley. We're generating more jobs on a monthly basis than new jobs than any other place in California. All the ingredients are here to really be successful as a regional marketplace. I think it's also important to understand that we have challenges as an economy and as a community. Cost of living in Southern California, really California, cost of doing business in California, and these are issues that I'm sure that will be discussed January 30th at the Business Outlook Breakfast, because these are still barriers to entry for some companies, and frankly for some companies to remain here. So we have a lot of positives and a lot of momentum, but we also have challenges that as a business community we must continue to vigilantly address and try to resolve.
The Business Outlook event is also a great networking opportunity as well.
Absolutely it is. And again, coming where it does in the calendar in January, start of a new year, when there's always that optimism that comes with the turning of the calendar, this is a chance for many of our community leaders, business leaders, professionals to frankly see each other for the first time since the fall and talk about new initiatives, talk about what they're doing. There is always a very high energy in the room, and that's frankly, as the MC myself, one of the challenges in getting the room quieted and onto the program, because people really love the opportunity to say hello and start sharing what they're doing.
Steve, while this will be discussed in much detail at the Outlook Breakfast, how do you see the region's business outlook for 2015?
I think it's very exciting. If you look statewide, the news about California, we have a balanced budget. We added 90,000 new jobs in the month of November in California. You bring that down to the Orange County sort of market, one of the largest in the world, frankly, economically. Orange County is really, along with the Silicon Valley, driving a lot of new business activity. And I think that when you talk to the folks at UCI, our partners on this Business Outlook Breakfast, they are very bullish about the next 12 to 24 months in terms of job creation, in terms of inflation remaining in check, and frankly the number of new company startups. So it's a very exciting time in Orange County.
Yes, it is. Thanks for sharing, Steve. What role do you find technology playing in today's success for nearly any business?
Well, I think technology is driving change. Technology has allowed us to do more with less. Technology has allowed us to do more faster. It is the accelerator in all of our business worlds, and we have to embrace it. We also have to learn to work with it, control it, manage it, and not allow it to replace what I call the human factor. It is a collaborator with humans. It is a tool, a very powerful tool, but oftentimes technology can't replace sheer innovation, which comes from people ideating and networking together. But technology is clearly at the center of so much of our success in our society today.
With traditional media and content and having a good story, I know that you teach and speak often. What do you find is compelling to the listener today?
Well, I think the ingredient that is so necessary, particularly in an economy and really in a society that is so technology centric, is trust. And trust comes from telling your story in a compelling, rich, and honest way. So traditional media, print, most notably, still has great value because it has shelf life and you have the platform to really tell a story. Twitter is wonderful for headlines, but you can't tell a story in 140 characters. Facebook certainly is connecting the world, but you have a difficult time telling the kind of rich and important story you can through more traditional media. So, frankly, large companies, Fortune 500, large institutions, universities, government agencies, are turning to content marketing and storytelling as a way to differentiate themselves in the marketing landscape.
People love to hear success stories. Do you have any of a recent startup in Orange County?
Well, certainly there are multiple stories about companies that have gone from sort of garage level startups into very powerful entities. I think of Oculus, which is the goggle company here in Orange County that last year was purchased by Facebook for somewhere in the neighborhood of $2 billion. This is a 4-year-old startup in which they are creating, visionware and a technology piece that is just unprecedented and has yet to even come to market. And yet that is an example of a company that literally overnight has captured the imagination of some of the most forward-thinking technologists, in this case Facebook, on the planet. So Orange County has become an incubator for these kinds of ideas, and soon will be a destination for these kind of innovators.
And also there's a shift of technology companies moving down the coast.
Well, absolutely. I think for the reasons that I cited, the geography, the weather, but I think also you find yourself in Orange County, you are really on the doorstep of not just regional markets, not just national markets, but global markets. With the Port of Los Angeles very close by, we have become a place where, if you take a look at the foreign companies that are located here, whether it be Kia or Hyundai or Toshiba, all foreign companies that have found this the right place to do business. Silicon Valley technology companies are also looking at Orange County as a place that they need to be located to have success.
Steve, as you know, small businesses represent a large sector in the United States. What advice for embracing change do you have for the CEO who has not taken advantage of this rapid changing technology, especially with social media?
Well, I think first and foremost, we as older executives need to be listening very carefully to the emerging workforce known as millennials, those between 18 and 34. They are the future of this economy and this society and this country. And those companies that are not embracing that workforce, which is not a traditional workforce, their interests, their needs are not the same as the boomers who are running many of these larger companies. And the sooner executives recognize that, and the sooner they put those millennials at the conference room table with the decision makers, the faster your company is going to adapt to today's marketplace and capture the new opportunities which are numerous in front of us.
And I think that the millennials could learn from the seasoned business owner and vice versa. I know that I see that daily because sometimes I see CEOs who just pass on this social media and all the elements under it, thinking a young person can take care of it, but that younger person still needs the experience and the guidance of the message and getting it right.
There's no question. The most important word in business is collaboration, and companies that don't collaborate internally or externally cannot survive and succeed. So what you're talking about, very true in terms of not only us listening to, and us meaning boomers, those 50 plus, listening to millennials, but the millennials also respecting and listening back, because there are some things that they certainly need to learn. There's no substitute for experience. So that kind of collaboration is really I think the secret sauce to success in business.
Thank you. Brian, do you have any last questions?
No, I think we've covered a lot of ground here. Is there anything you'd like to add, Steve?
I thank you for the opportunity. I hope that those who are listening will consider spending a couple of hours with us on January 30th at the Business Outlook Breakfast. This is the 29th consecutive year that the Irvine Chamber, in partnership with the UCI Paul Merage School of Business, have held this event. It is a fantastic way to start your year and to really put yourself in the fast lane in terms of understanding what's happening economically and things that you can use in your workplace. So we're thrilled and excited about the upcoming event with Christine Romans of CNN and Andy Policano, the former dean of the Mirage School of Business. We hope to see everybody there bright and early, 7 o'clock on January 30th.
Thank you, Steve Churm, for joining us today to discuss the Irvine Chamber of Commerce Business Outlook. It sounds very exciting. This business breakfast is also open to the public. You can sign up today at irvinechamber.com. You'll be one of over 800 business executives and professionals. There are great speakers at the event, as Steve mentioned. Steve is an MC. Steve is the Vice President at the Orange County Register. Friday, January 30th. Again, go to irvinechamber.com. See you soon. You're listening to the Business Experience Show. I'm Lisa Caprelli, your host, and produced by Brian Gapp.